I'm making a part two to my previous graduation speech video because I realized after I finished filming that I unintentionally left out an important part because I was just so focused on venting my frustrations and everything. Um, but what I also wanted to add at the end of that speech is that if I learned any important lesson from that, it's that I should be appreciative of the of what I do, the good things that I do achieve in life, whether it be school or some other area in life. Because otherwise, if I don't, then um, I won't be grateful, and I'll just I won't be grateful what I do accomplish. And if I'm always complaining or setting unrealistically high expectations for myself, then I'll come to regret that later on. Um, so that's what I'm going to also try to work on about my personality. Um, because I've been like that for a long time, always about school. And so, yeah. Uh, so yeah, whenever I make a part two to a video, it's pretty important because I don't like leaving stuff out. I don't like forgetting things in a video and then just like not adding it because it'll always be on my mind. It'll be bugging me until I put it in a video. So, yeah. So this is going to be kind of like a split video. I'm going to be talking a little more about um, what I was talking about in the last video yesterday, and then I'm going to move on to my campaign update. I think this is the second or third campaign update I'm going to make in this video. So I just wanted to mention a few more things, add a few more things for yesterday. I heard a story not too long ago this year um, about a white police officer who got a law degree at John Marshall School. I think it's I think it changed its name to John Marshall School, but yeah, it was John Marshall Law School, and he claimed that in one of his classes there was some anti-police rhetoric speech, uh, and he complained about it, and then the school told him that he could just withdraw from the class basically. And so he escalated and he went further and he decided to hire himself a lawyer. Um, and yeah, so it's an ongoing case. Last time I heard, I haven't gotten any updates or heard anything else about it. But yeah, I heard this story not too long ago. Um, and yeah, that's basically what happened. And instead of the school directly confronting the issue and addressing it to try to come to a resolution like any school should when a student comes to them with a serious complaint like this. They just like basically brushed him off and said, "Oh, just it's all right, just drop the class." And so it's not it's not easy for students like us who deal with this sort of thing to just drop a class just because we have a problem. We take out thousands of dollars or we spend out of our own pocket thousands of dollars to get a quality education, not to have to deal with professors like his and professors like mine who try to who how can I put this? Who are just incompetent, basically. Like the scenarios I gave in my last video, and in his case, in this police officer's case, and so I have a lot of respect for police officers. This incident has happened in Chicago, and I hope he wins his case. Because, like I said, this is an issue that's very important in education. It's not all about just the expensive cost of education, which is a problem also, but these types of issues aren't really talked about that much, and they aren't really like looked into. So um, I was happy to hear about that news report, and I hope he wins. He deserves to win because he deserves better than that. Um, and we all do. Students like us deserve better than to be treated that way. So hope he wins. And so yeah, and just the last thing I'm gonna say, it making that video, my graduation speech video, it wasn't easy for me because it's not I'm not the type of person who um like airs out all my business on the internet and talks about my problems like publicly. And if I do that, I'm going to, like do that in private with people who I trust and who I know really well, like my friends or family. I'm just not going to go online and, tell strangers, what's going on in my own personal life. It's just not, it's not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. It's not what I do. Um, but my purpose, again, for making that video was to just, this is a platform that I felt that I can get these sort of issues out there and talk about it, even if it's not going to go viral, even if a lot of people aren't going to see it. The point is that somebody's going to see it. Somebody might agree with what I'm saying, and it might encourage them to take action in their own schools if they're dealing with, if they can relate to what I'm saying and they're dealing with the same thing. So my purpose for doing that video was just to get that out there. And it was also just to vent too, but it was mostly just to talk about my experience at my university. Uh, so yeah, my usual, what I wanted to do was just, pretend like things were okay. And it's like, yeah, I graduated and this is the next step of my life and everything went okay. But not everything, it didn't go 100% like I planned to. It wasn't 100% okay. But my college journey, for the most part, has been great. Going to college has been, like the best decision I ever made. But these are the kind of issues that I'm going to have to, that I've been dealing with and I'm going to have to deal with in the future. And like I said, I'm well prepared to deal with it. But yeah, not an easy thing to talk about. Um, but I did. And so now I'm going to move on to my campaign update. So I've been really procrastinating about this one because, like, it's not. I got good news and I got bad news too. Um, so I'll start with the bad news because it's more difficult to explain. So I'm just going to get it out of the way. Um, at this moment, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to continue this campaign at this moment. Um, I still have plenty of time to enter a political career. Of course, I'm still young. I got plenty of years to run for public office. The reason why I wanted to do it now is because I just think it's a good time. I'm out of school. I wanted to try to start getting into this field, and I think this is the best time to do it. This is the best race to do it because Lightfoot, she's just um, extremely disliked in this city, and getting a lot of bad publicity all over the country. And she's just a really incompetent mayor, and a lot of people know that the ones that are running against her, uh, they don't seem to be much better. But I'm following the competition. I'm following the race, and trying to like see what I'm going to do. But for right now, I'm just not really confident that I'm going to be able to continue in this race and in this campaign. And I'm going to get into why in a few minutes. Now, I am going to still try because we're still somewhat early in the race. And of course, the gubernatorial race is still going on for governor and other elections too. And so I'm following everything and doing what I can on my end. Like I said, I've been busy with other things in my personal life. And so, yeah, I'm just trying to juggle everything. But the most important thing is money. And as a lot of people know, it's very, very expensive to run a political campaign. It's millions of dollars. And if you don't have that, it's just extremely difficult. I'm definitely not a millionaire. I'm not even close. But I've been doing what I can for free. I've been, like I mentioned in my first campaign video, I've been printing flyers, and I still have a lot of those flyers. And I'm gonna get to what I'm going to do with those flyers in a little while. But I've been trying, and like I said, it's gonna be, in my opinion, a really easy race because Lightfoot's approval rating is just so low. Her chances of reelection are really bad, and it just seems like the voters are willing to give anybody else but her a chance to be the next Chicago mayor. And I want to be one of those people that the voters vote for because I believe out of everybody, I'm the strongest candidate, and I'm really passionate about running and about winning. It's just that I don't have the money, and that's pretty much all I'm missing because I meet all the qualifications. I'm extremely serious about this. I think this is a good, easy opportunity for me to run and win. I don't really see any obstacle in my way other than my financial situation. So that's the only barrier for me right now. And otherwise, I would have had my ads out there. I would have been talking to the media, if they wanted to talk to me. But I mean, even if they didn't, I would have, been out there more than I am now. It's just that I can't really get in the public eye that well because I don't have the money to do so. It's just as simple as that. I don't know any other way to explain it. But that's the reason why that I probably won't be running for Chicago mayor in this election. Like I said, I'm still going to try, but my chances of winning right now look really slim, and that's the only reason why. Um, so what I'm going to do, because I'm still going to make an attempt, the candidates guide is going to be up, I think, next month. So I might look at that. And the signatures for the petitions, that's going to be circulating August, I believe. So another few months. So all I wanted to do was just get my name out there because there's not really much else I could do because the paperwork isn't available right now. And so I've been researching. I've been emailing. Emailed the Chicago Sun-Times, the Chicago Tribune, and the Reader because I was trying to get a political ad out there. And So of course they told me I'd have to pay for it because it's paid camp. It'll be paid for by me because it's like political campaigning. So it has a cost. And what I want to do is get my name on like the front page or in like the top news section, the main news sections, and that costs like thousands of dollars. And I don't have thousands of dollars, but I was thinking of spending like a few $100s to get my name somewhere, even though it was like a small section of the newspaper. But when I'm weighing, uh, what is it? Cost, benefit, risk, reward, whatever. And I was weighing, those things, and I was thinking that the the risk or the cost would be a greater burden than the reward, because I don't know how many people would see that, especially if it's a small little ad for and running it for just one day and spending several $100s that could be spent towards something else important. I just didn't think it was worth it if not many people would look at it, and I didn't know how much of a difference it would make in my campaign. So after thinking about it, first I said okay, because I just want to see what happens. I just want to get my name out there using some sort of like media. Um, but I just decided not to do it because I just can't be spending money like that right now. And yeah, so I've been doing, my own research. I've been trying different things, and at least I'm experimenting with what works and what doesn't work. What's in my budget, what isn't, um, what's the smartest way to spend my money, and what isn't, and what I can do. So I decided the best course of action for right now, while I'm still trying to run for Chicago mayor, is I'm just gonna try to get the rest of these flyers out and hope and pray by some miracle that this will help me get my name out to people. I posted a few flyers around in my area. I went downtown. Uh, I gonna try to go to other parts of the city and hand out these flyers. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna be handing it out to people because what I've been doing, I've just been like, um, I've just been putting on like street lamps and like just been like taping them up in all over the streets. But I'm just gonna like hand it out to people in person. That way, it'll get into their hands and they'll be able to read it. And if they want to stop and talk to me, um, about where I stand on issues, what I plan on doing if I win the race and things like that, trying to get to know me as a person, as a candidate. I just think it's a different method of in-person campaigning. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is my like last ditch effort. Just gonna be handing out these flyers because at this moment, like I can't really think of anything else I can do that is low cost or that's free to successfully run this campaign. So um, I'm getting the rest of my flyers out. I believe I still have like well over 100 flyers, so it's going to take some time to hand out. But while we're still in the early weeks of May or the middle of May now, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to hand out the rest of these flyers over the next several weeks or several months, however long it takes me. And yeah, just hand out those flyers. And then ask for uploading videos. Um, Now that I've gotten this graduation video out of the way, I'm just going to be going back to my regular content. Because, like I said, it's been over a week. I have to catch up with what's going on in the news. I did that last night, but I still, I'm gonna spend the next few days catching up on what's been happening. There's been like dozens of shootings because the weather's getting warmer, and there's been more candidates entering the race, GOP candidates entering the governor's race, and some other people entering the mayoral race. So yeah, I'm gonna be keeping updated on what's happening in the city, posting more videos talking about my perspective on these current events, and yeah, just my usual stuff. So hopefully it won't be another month until I post another video. Um, but yeah, I will be posting another video soon. Um, Also, something else that's going in the news other than Ukraine and inflation and violence and all this crazy stuff is abortion. So it looks like their Supreme Court's looking to overturn Roe versus Wade. Not the first time they talked about this. They talked about this not too long ago, and but let's see if they do it this time. I believe we still have a conservative majority in the Supreme Court, so let's see if they do it. They said some document was leaked, and yeah, they're gonna try to overturn abortion and leave it to the states. It's still up. I think they're still voting. I'm not sure if they did a vote yet. Like I said, I need to catch up on all of this. This is what I've heard in passing, and of course, they're meeting some strong resistance from Democrats and people angrily protesting all over the country. I think there's been some violence of these protests, or no longer protests if there's violence involved. But I think there's been some violence and destruction too. I think I heard about some churches being destroyed. Uh, so yeah, it could get ugly, but I believe it's worth it. Like some politicians in this city, in this state, have been like quiet about what they think about this abortion decision. Like the candidate running for governor, Irvin, he hasn't like really spoken out about it. He's like kind of deflecting the question, and I think what I heard is that he he's pro life, or with exceptions of when it comes to like the health of the mother, like if the mother's uh, life is at risk, or with cases of rape. Um, but yeah, he's pro life. That's what I heard. But like other than that, he's been mostly silent. Lightfoot and Pritzker, they're against this decision of overturning Roe versus Wade. Of course, that's no surprise there, and I'm pretty sure they're going to do whatever they can to, keep it legal in the state of Illinois. But where I stand, I'm pro life, not pro choice under any circumstance or under any condition. Um, and yeah, I would definitely be more outspoken about that. I would say that, as a mayoral candidate, and if I'm elected, um, that it won't be allowed in Chicago if I have any power over that, if I have any say over that. But yeah, I will. If anybody wants me to make a separate video on that about that, I'd be more than happy to do so. But other than that, I'm just gonna catch up on what I've missed in the news over the past week or so, and see what video I'm going to put up next week. See what kind of content I'm going to talk about next. So yeah, I'm going to end it here.